Okay, so I'm going to show you how to trigger different playbacks and change speeds and release and basically control the Q or the Quadcore from sending external commands, whether that be from a computer or a control server or from some matrix or something like that. So in this video we're going to concentrate on sending commands on TCP and UDP. So this is the Visual Productions manual for the QueCore, and I just scroll down to page 107, which is for the TCP and UDP control, where it gives you the string commands for each of the commands that can be sent to the unit to control different aspects, and we have the descriptions along there as well. So here on the QueCore, we have the IP address which we're going to be sending to, and we also need to know the port numbers for either the TCP or the UDP. So these can be changed in the Quadcore and the QueCore here. So we're receiving on TCP port 7000, and we're receiving on UDP port 4444. So in Windows and in Mac on command point in terminal Linux, there is a device called Telnet. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of a song and a dance to get that working, but in Telnet you are able to send UDP commands directly to the unit from your command point. I'm just going to open this browser up a little bit more here so we can see this bottom line of receiving commands. So in the command point I can type in Telnet, followed by the IP address of the device that I want to speak to, which is 192.168.2.41. And we're using TCP with Telnet, so this is port 7000. And when I press enter, it's connected automatically. If it didn't connect, we would get a fail message there. So here it's showing now we have this Telnet 192.168.2.41. And if I hit Control and close brackets, I get back to my command point to be able to send a string. So to send, I can just type in send, and I can type in a command here from our manual. So if I just scroll down here, it will take this command here, this core hello. The unit will reply with the same hello message. So I sent that string, and you saw down here that we received that message on the QueCore. So we know that we have a connection here between Windows and the QueCore. So I can send any type of command from this manual here to control different aspects, including recording and such and so on. So if I just go to the playback, so I can send something and we can see what's happening. So at the moment we have this playback 1 is actually playing at the moment. So if I go in here, I can send core-pb-1-release and hit enter, and you saw here that it released that playback that was gone. So this is one way that we can communicate. Another way with testing from Windows or from Mac or from Linux is a program called Packet Sender, which is just a little bit easier if you're unfamiliar or uncomfortable with command point. So from here I can send the ASCII for core playback -1-go plus, and I'm going to send that to IP address 192.168.2.41, and port number is 4444. And we're going to go UDP, and because it's UDP we have to have a carriage return, which means end of line. It's just like hitting the enter key normally on a computer, just to say that's the end of the message. And I will send that UDP. You see UDP light up here, and I saw the Q go. If I send it again, you'll see the Q go and the UDP. And also down here it's showing you that we're getting a reply from the unit to myself. And we're getting what the message is here. So first it was on Q1, now it's on Q2. So we're getting that feedback information also from the device. So the third and final way that I want to show you a use of this is in some matrix. So in our toolkits matrix under control modules, we have control outputs, and we have a network string output. So if I just drag that into my module, we have one singular network string output. If I double click on that, we have here a way to send a string, and we can send it in TCP or UDP. So I'm just going to send the same, so I'm going to type in here core-pb-1-go plus. I'll put the IP address 192.168.2.41, and I will put port number 4444. And then if I was online with my matrix, I could hit force trigger, and it would play the queue through here. So then from that into matrix, I would add a input, possibly a just a momentary button, because it only needs to send the trigger once. From that momentary button, I will just link the wire across. And then here we have this button. Every time this button is pressed, it will send this trigger. As we've requested here, it will send this string command to the IP address to the port number. So from this button, we can right click, and I can copy this momentary to a control screen. So now we have a button on a control screen, and this could be for the iPad or however we want to control it. And we can color this, we can rename it, we can make it as pretty as we want. So we would add many of these buttons, many of these string commands for firing back different queues on the Visual Production playback devices. Okay, and in the monitor section over here, we can see what commands are being received and what commands are being sent. So we have both TCP and UDP, and we can view what is incoming from which IP address and which port number, and we can see exactly what the ASCII string command is. So we can see if we made any spelling mistakes or if there's any issues, we can see exactly why it's not working. And then we also can see what return commands are coming from the unit. And we also have the exact same thing for UDP there, so that's very good for diagnostics if we've got any problems with port numbers or with commands which are being sent. And that's it. Thank you for watching.